Hello guys, happy new year. We are back with another thrift haul. If you are new here, my name is Emily Garby, and on this channel I love sharing my thrifting adventures as well as how we are transforming our 1970s home. I was trying to get out a video of showing everything that we've done in this past year because we're coming up on 1 year since we started work on this home. That just didn't happen. Still try to get it out this month. Just got back from seeing family up in Virginia. We drove all the way from Florida up there. It was like 14 hours, and I did a lot of thrifting. So I have a lot of thrifting clips to show you guys, and then a really awesome, beautiful thrift haul. I'm looking at all of it and it just looks so good together. Like it just coordinates. So let's hit up the thrift stores and one antique store, and then we will come back and I will show you everything that I got.
So like I said, we were traveling to Virginia. So this was actually in Harrisonburg, and my family all kind of just gathered here. But my cousin happened to have gone to college here. So she was able to guide us around and take us to some of her favorites. Hot. Thank you. Now, maybe you're an avid thrifter watching this, but my real intent with these thrifting videos is just to share my love for thrifting and hopefully inspire more people to shop secondhand. There's just so many treasures out there, and I know thrifting is kind of trendy right now, so I hope that I can help you kind of hone your eye a little bit, because sometimes it can definitely be difficult to look through piles of what looks kind of like junk to find some treasures that you want to intentionally add to your house to add character and create a home. My aunt found this awesome box, but it was $30, which we thought was a little bit expensive, but it could be used in so many different ways as a side table or a plant stand. Now, I forgot to mention this in my introduction to this video, but I will also in today's video be sharing my word of the year, how I am setting off to make this year my best year yet. So that's why this video is just a little bit longer. If you are not interested in hearing about this conversation, just go ahead and skip that part. But I think that you guys all really enjoyed it last year, and I loved hearing your words of the year as well. I forget where I saw it, but I heard that salt and pepper shakers are making a comeback for 2024, like these kind of quirky themed ones. I thought these pigs were pretty adorable and hilarious. How beautiful is this carved stone statue? I think it looks like a mother and a child, but could really just be left up to interpretation as well. I have no idea what these little wood things are. If anyone knows, let me know. I've also seen a lot of trending pottery lately. I loved this little teapot, but it looked broken, even though it wasn't. Like the little spout was broken off, but it wasn't. I thought this little crock was really cool too, but it was actually for a dog. Would make a great dog bowl, but yeah, we don't have a dog. This thrift store definitely didn't have the best prices in my opinion, but it was definitely very well organized and clean and tidy, and there's something to be said for that. But I don't know, I guess if you've come along with me on my Goodwill Bins thrift trips, then you know just how grimy I'm willing to go. And so I don't know, let me know, do you guys prefer thrift stores like this that are a little bit more high end and you do have to pay for it, or do you like digging through the mess? I think I'm team mess.
What would this thing be for?
I do not know.
This is a toaster? Oh my goodness. That's electric? Oh my goodness. You'd have to have this.
We are moving on to a small little antique store that was mostly books, but they did have a small section of homewares with some beautiful antique pieces. I know it might not be for everyone, but the smell in here was beautiful of old books. I love these vintage mixing bowls so much. I actually asked for some of these for Christmas, and my mother-in-law got them for me to look like this, but they're actually new construction. And so I just love the look and the feel of a nice heavy mixing bowl. How adorable would this little seal dish be to hold a sponge or a soap next to the sink? I must have been tired. I know I was tired because I'm just now seeing that accordion hanging shelf, and I've been looking for one just like that to hang in the boys' room, but I don't know. I don't know how much it was. I should have gotten it though. I'm convinced the Northeast just has better pottery in pretty much any type of Crocs than Florida does. I don't know, maybe that's just bias, but it seems like every store that we went to had beautiful pottery and Crocs. I know they're going to be expensive pretty much at all places, but these were really, really beautiful. I thought that this lantern light would be really cute in a kid's room. It just needed some cleaning up on the base, and it was really nice that it actually plugged in and you could put a shade and everything. I just thought it was really cute. I like finding baskets like this to put plants that don't have a drain hole in for indoors. I think it adds just a really nice texture. I don't know why this amber glass said follow your gut, but I thought it was funny. I love little antique chairs like this to style next to cabinets or bookshelves, and then to be used for additional seating when we host. And I don't mind that they are all mismatched. I actually really love that. I would have gotten that one, but this seat, I think it's called the Rush, was a little bit torn up. I contemplated this pan forever. I don't know why I didn't get it. I probably just should have gotten it. It was only $8, and I know this is like a good quality one, but we are trying to switch out some of our pans and our cookware this year. That's one of my goals. I'll talk about that in a little bit later in the video, but I ended up not getting that one. We are moving on to our very last stop of this thrifting video, which is the Antique Mall in Stanton, Virginia. This has so many treasures, and I found a lot of beautiful items in here. I wasn't flying, so I was able to bring home more than I would have if I was flying for sure, but I was trying to be a little bit cautious of space, and things at antique stores can definitely be more expensive than at thrift stores. But if you search hard enough, and I think if you look low enough, you can usually find really nice things at a decent price. They had some absolutely beautiful pieces of furniture. These nightstands were in amazing condition. They definitely had a price tag on them. It was a little more expensive than I'm comfortable with paying, but I mean, they were just in perfect condition. They had been recently refinished, it looked like, and then they had a number of really beautiful hutches and cabinets that just had this very beautiful primitive look. I especially loved this one with the tall, slim legs that went straight down and the clean lines, but I just don't have a place for it in my home. I'm always on the hunt for beautiful baskets, especially ones that could be used for storage. Like this one could be great for storing books, toys, or blankets on the floor next to the couch, and it would be like substantial. This one was only $20, but it kind of had this whitewashed look like someone had painted it, and so I did end up leaving it behind. I've been looking for one of these stools. I think they're called a rush stool, but this one was a little pricey. I don't have any of these, but it's always good to know how much they cost in antique stores because they always seem expensive in thrift stores, but they're definitely more expensive in antique stores. So if you ever find little brass animals like this in thrift stores for like maybe $10, I would say get them because they are really, really cute and they will definitely be more expensive at an antique store.
I can't wash them out. The lighthouse is shining in its might, but close to their chests are the keys kept to the night. And everyone's watching, everyone's waiting.
Looking back at this, I kind of regret not getting it. This little coastal print, I don't know where it's from or anything, but it was really sweet, and I loved the thick wood frame. I definitely could find a place for it with that blue in our home, but I thought that $20 was a bit much for a print.
My comfort, my shelter, my hope. What once I despised, now my refuge I find. Only in watching, only in waiting, only in praying can my hope survive. The footprints the stars leave behind, cloud cover keeps them a secret tonight. And they cannot see me, they cannot hear me, they cannot heed these my lingering cries.
So dangerous. Nails. Missing wheel. Oh my goodness. Wow. So someone just made it.
Okay, I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to get before I get interrupted by a child because they're in quiet time and nap time right now. But I wanted to talk about my word of the year before I get too interrupted. And I am going to be doing something different this year, which is using a planner. I've never used a planner before, but I made some notes in here, so I wanted to grab it from my word of the year. I'll link this one down below too. This is in no way sponsored by this planner company, but this is a liturgical calendar / planner. So it has all of the church calendar holidays on it and feast days. It's by Gather and Pray. I don't know. I'll link it down below. It's designed really beautifully. I'll do some close-ups. But last year, my word of the year was rhythm. I'm still a young mother, still trying to figure a lot of things out. And I knew that rhythm was something I wanted to work on getting more into a rhythm. And I felt like I had no rhythm like in 2021 because I was working PRN, which means they would just call me whenever they needed me to come in, and I would arrange childcare and come in, and it was like chaos. But now I transitioned this past year into staying home full time with my boys, which has been the biggest blessing and challenge for sure. But I was able to really adjust our rhythm and our routine according to what we needed. And so rhythm grew out of a need. And so this year, my word of the year is growing out of a need, and that is a need to rest more. So rest is my word for 2024. And I was really drawn to this word through Psalm 23, which was part of a devotional study that I did with some friends during Advent before Christmas. And so I'm going to break down my goals through rest because as a mom of 2 little boys and 1 on the way, it's very hard to come by. And I don't just mean like sleeping. I mean, that is important. But I have some structure and some goals that I wrote down in my plans for 2025, my goals section of this. And I hope that this can be a really beautiful, blessed year for our family and for me. I just know I need to prepare for it really well. So I've divided my rest into 3 sections: inner rest, exterior rest, and emotional rest. So inner rest, just trusting and resting in the Lord's plan for my life right now, not feeling like I need to hustle and keep going and like just striving for more, but being more at rest with exactly where I am right now, even if it is like a very, very slow life because we don't get much done. As contrary to what this channel looks like, we don't do that much right now. And I felt a little bit of unrest about that this past year, especially like through Christmas, things just like didn't get done. And so just being at rest with that, knowing that things are going to take a lot longer. That's one part of the inner rest. 2 is resting in God's promise that I have been anointed for this specific time in my life. I hope that's making sense. Yeah, you anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. So really leaning into that and believing that I've been equipped with the things that I need for this time of motherhood, as challenging as it is, especially as I just figure out how to mother my oldest for the first time. Like, I'm still a new mother, and I have to remind myself that I'm a new mother for a 4-year-old. I've never done that before, even though I'm experienced because now I have 2 kids. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so exterior rest. So not just sleep. Sleep is also important, but for me, peace of mind around my home is something that I really am striving for. Well, Dominic and I have been talking a lot about trying to switch out some products in our home to make them less toxic. So like cleaning products and like cooking, dishware stuff. So I might share some of that. Let me know if you'd be interested in seeing some of those swaps that we're doing. We're gonna do them on like the cheap. I know those things can get really expensive. And then also just decluttering and organizing. This year, we were able to move in, figure out what we needed, how the home would function and stuff. Now I can really fine tune that and make it just make more sense. The closet space is great, but it doesn't make any sense. So I need to rework and restructure some of that stuff. And I also want to work on putting YouTube in a box. I need to figure out how exactly to do this without it being something that takes like the entire week to do like throughout the week, but just put it in a box and then be done with it, rest with where it's at. So that's one of my goals. I know that doesn't probably apply to most people, maybe just work in general, you can apply that one to it. This one is a fun emotional rest. So I was part of a program in college where it was called Focus, Fellowship of Catholic University Students, and they coined a term, holy leisure, for like having rest that's actually enjoyable and productive. And so I have noticed how my leisure lately has not been the most like truly restful. Like Dominic and I, when we have a night that we don't have to like run off and go do something or like have to clean things or whatever, we typically just like turn on a show or a movie and we just like lay on the couch. And that's fine. There's definitely a place for that. But if every date night is just watching a movie, it doesn't really feel very restful and it doesn't really like fill us up. So that is something that we are trying to work on this year, is being much more intentional with our dates, even if they're in the house, like coming up with good ideas for them and things that include our hobbies so that they can like fill our cup. So the other one of that would be, for me, just having actual tangible hobbies that I get to work on that are like I'm passionate about. I love embroidery, and I haven't done it really at all this year, but I just picked up some over the Christmas break. I can't tell you because it's the baby's name. So you'll see it when he's born. But there's crafty things typically that I can do after the kids go to sleep that I want to really focus on and do those things instead of just scrolling my phone or watching a movie with Dominic. So those are my goals, all encompassed under my word of the year, rest. So let me know if you have a word of the year, if you set a New Year's resolution. That's all for that. Let's do this thrift haul. These items are so beautiful. I'm just obsessed. Where to even start? Okay, I'm gonna start with this cutie little piece of art. So this was from the antique store we went to, but it had like a really good price, I think. So it was this little tiny oil painting. I'll do a close-up of it so you can see all the texture and everything. The frame is not the greatest or anything. It's plastic, but I don't mind because the little painting is just so sweet. A lot of medium-sized art right now, so I'm gonna try to get some more like little tiny pieces of art. This might actually end up in our guest bedroom because I'm doing a renovation in there, a makeover, styling it, trying again. It's been through so many different renditions, but it needs some life in there. It's very cold feeling. I got this one for $10, which I thought was great. I got another piece of art, but I'll save that for a bit. It's actually much more special than that piece because my grandmother did it. So at that same antique store, I also found these mugs. I got these for a great price. I love the shape of them. Isn't that just cool and fun? That like square or rectangle handle on there and the glazing, how just cool and brown. And I just love these mugs so much. They're a good size. You can like hold them nicely, and they were a great price. These were only $11 because they had a small little like chip on the bottom or a crack. I don't think it'll be a problem though, right? That'll be fine. And I plan to put these through the dishwasher. If anyone has like insight on if that's a bad idea, let me know because I've never actually had. I always am looking for ceramic mugs like this, but I never have good luck. Like they're just never cute. Also at the antique store, and then we'll move on to the thrift store. I have been seeing a lot of columns in like 2024 trends. I think it was Studio McGee. They have a lot of side tables that are made out of columns. So I don't know if that's a trend this year, more like sculptural things, but I found this candle that is shaped like a column. It's massive, heavy. This was only $7, and I thought it would be awesome up on a shelf, like up nice and high, just to add some height to things. And I don't think this is old or anything. I haven't seen anything like this recently, so I thought it was really interesting. Okay, moving on to the thrift stores. I believe I found this one for 50 cents, and it is this, it's not silk, it is polyester, but I loved the color of it. I am limited in the selection of clothing I have right now, being 6 months pregnant, and something that I really enjoy doing during pregnancy is adding some accessories because all my outfits pretty much are like the same thing. like the same pair of pants and like maternity shirt. But I thought this would look cute in the hair or like on a purse, something. So I thought that for 50 cents, this beautiful colored scarf I could add to my collection. Okay, also at that thrift store, I found this coffee table book. I love having coffee table books. I used to think they were a waste of space, but now that I have been styling more with them and using them stacked like this or like this, they're just like on the bookshelf. I have been loving them. And this one is cool because it is a encyclopedia, I guess, a directory of antique furniture. So I thought it would give me some good ideas of things that I could use, maybe not as what they are, but as different things. So I'm trying to rework our like TV console area. Currently, I have just a very temporary console table under there. It's not even wider than the TV, which I know you're supposed to have it wider than your TV, so it looks very awkward. But I thought I could maybe get some ideas of some things like sideboards and things that I could use there to make it look a little different. I'd like to learn more of the vocabulary that you're supposed to use for like classifying things. And then I found this candle for 50 cents. It is beeswax, like the wrapped beeswax, so probably someone made it and it was like rolled. It has some damage up the top, so I'll probably burn it a little bit so that that can be covered up a little bit. But you'll probably be seeing this as well as that pillar candle in an upcoming restyling of my living room, because I have not taken down any of our Christmas decorations yet. We typically try to wait until after Epiphany. I have a birthday party for our Benjamin, who's turning 2 at the end of the month, so I do want to get it all cleared out so that we can decorate it all cute for him. I'm gonna save this piece because that one is super special. Okay, I found this. This is not thrifted. This is the only items, there's 2 of these that are not thrifted, but a lot of people who are Mennonite up in Virginia, the area where we were in at least, and so we went into a little boutique, and I usually don't buy clothing like at boutiques and stuff, but their clothing was all so cute, like on trend, but not immodest. I found this skirt. I'll show you it tried on so you can see a little bump update too, but this one I think will be super versatile because it works now during pregnancy and then will definitely work after. I also got a white t-shirt from there that is very basic and everything. It has like little rolled sleeves though, and it's nice and thick because it's actually not see-through, which is crazy for a white t-shirt. I forgot one other piece of clothing from the thrift store, brand new with tags from Time and True. Is that I think that's Walmart, might be Target. I always get them mixed up. It was only $2. It was on sale because it was $4 originally. So that's all for clothing. Back to the home decor. Goodness, I did get a lot of stuff. So I got this basket. It is a gathering basket. I've been on the hunt for one of these that's not like ridiculously priced, and this one was only $2. I really don't have a lot of things to gather because I'm not the best gardener, but basil, I can grow basil, so we'll use this to gather some basil soon. Really, most of my herbs are doing great. My mint is like taking over, but I also want to try zinnias this year during the spring. I just need to remember to water them. That's my problem. I got this giant big basket from the thrift store. This one was $8.95, and I loved just like how sturdy and large it is. I plan to put this up on the dresser next to our garage. I always am just like piling stuff there that needs to go to the garage because I can't take it outside or my boys will never want to come back inside. They just love being in the garage. I can also use this for blankets or toys, and it's a good, nice, sturdy, like this. It's a good basket. When you find a good big basket like this for under $10, I always get them. I always find a use for them. They just disappear in our house because they get used immediately. Okay, before I share our very last item, if you could remember to give this video a like if you enjoyed it, that really helps support the channel, and comment down below your word of the year or your favorite item from this thrifting trip, what you would have grabbed. So the last thing that I have to show you guys is not a thrift find or an antique find, it's even better. It is an original art piece from my grandmother, Nancy Spar. I'll link her website down below. I don't think she posts that many on her website, but if you're interested in getting a piece of art from her, you can always like reach out to her. She does beautiful oil paintings. I saw this at her gallery and wanted to buy it, and she just refused to let me buy it and gifted it to me. So this is, original oil painting, Southern France, lavender at entrance to courtyard, oil study on canvas board. They travel a lot, so I have not been to France, but they have, and she has done a lot of painting over there. A lot of her painting is here in Virginia where she lives, and she does a lot of bird studies with some really cool mixed media because my grandfather is an avid birder. So they are really, really like thought-provoking, beautiful pieces that she's been working on lately. And I think this piece may end up going with this piece because I thought the colors actually looked really good together, like that blue in there. We'll see once I get it in a frame how it looks now. But come back next week or Sunday if I can get out another video, because I'm going to show you how I'm redecorating our living room, getting things just a fresh start in here, simplifying things and redecorating. And then also a guest bedroom makeover, which I'm super, super excited about. I've been ordering some stuff, and it's mostly though going to be thrifted from my home items because I have a lot of items I've been thrifting and showing you guys, but I haven't actually styled them, and they're going in the guest bedroom. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Subscribe so you can stick around and do all the things. All right, guys, I hope you have a very blessed week, and I will see you in the next one.
They won't let me go.